Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Owens.
Phone with Rob McCoy. What happened? Okay, I need clarification because every day that goes on, it feels to me like Turning Point is engaged in a cover up. And there's no other way to say this. There is no other ways. I don't care who at Turning Point tweets. I literally do not care. I will breathe fire on all of you. I know how these events work. Why was this event confirmed so quickly when it was requested so late? Answer these questions. I need answers to these questions to understand what happened on that day. Because the way that Mikey moves is like he knows where he's going. It's like they know where they're going to meet. And we know that they got to the hospital very quickly because Blake Neff says elsewhere, they got into the hospital within 25 minutes. Okay. That means they knew instantly where the hospital was. They knew which direction to go to, the communication that's flowing. I think Frank said he was on the phone while they were in the car with his family members. Don't quote me on that. So all of this happened. You instantly got to the hospital, which, by the way, the hospital was put on lockdown when Charlie came in, is what we were told. They let Mikey and the Turning Point boys in. Maybe that's true. It sounds like it is true. Obviously, we know that you were there when they came out and said that Charlie had died, according to Blake Neff. And according to Frank Turek's testimony, but a lot of this little stuff is not making sense, okay? It's not making sense. And you cannot tell me that to dispel this rumor, right, by letting people see the call logs, by letting people see the video footage would somehow hurt the case. Because that's the BS they're selling us right now. Like transparency would hurt the case. And like I've said, if transparency would hurt the case, then it's because you don't have a case, okay? If transparency would hurt the case, it's because you don't have a case. And if you're telling me that your phone logs on that day.
Has this lady lost her mind? At what point do people look at what Candace Owens is doing? Has this lady lost her mind? At what point do people look at what Candace Owens is doing and see how hurtful and how harmful her rhetoric is? She acts like she's some oracle of information. She's not. She's throwing shit at the wall and calling it facts. She's trying to get people to tune in to the next episode of her show. Skedaddle.